Welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation here on YouTube, guys. Please obviously give us a sub. Right, guys, obviously not the usual, as I explained earlier on the earlier video, bit of a delay in putting out proper videos due to some obviously people nicking my phone, my cash card, and lots of other things, but there we go. Anyway, so Rangers 3, St Johnstone 1 today. Another victory at home. Not a surprise there. I think that was always predicted. I think a lot of people obviously saying that, the next 3 games in terms of here, Wednesday night against Aberdeen, who were on an awful run, though they did win today, and then Fraserburgh in the Cup should be 3 easy victories for Rangers. Home form's fine. There's nothing wrong with the home form. I mean, let's face it, other than that draw against Dundee United, it's been all wins at home. But look, I think, does it change anything? Or does it just paper over the cracks? That's the question. There's a few things to obviously discuss from today's game. I mean, first of all, let's face it, the team selection, I think he got right. I mean, that's obviously, you got to put praise where praise is due and not just criticise all the time. So the team selection he got right today. I think putting Danilo and Hamza back up top together works. It's just weird that he went away from it. I don't get why he went away from it. When it seems we go up against a low block, putting the both of them up front seems to work. It seems to move the defenders around. It seems to move the opposition. It seems to give us opportunities to get in, opportunities to create stuff, and opportunities to score. Something we did, very well in that first half. Those 3 quick fire goals. So look, I don't genuinely get why we changed it. Why he ever went away from it. But it worked today. So 3 good goals in a space of a very short period of time. Obviously Hamza's goal, Tierney scored again, and that goal from Dio, which was a gift. But let's get things right. Those 3 goals were all pretty much gifts from St Johnstone. They made their own problems. I mean, for me, St Johnstone got today totally wrong. Coming out and trying to play out from the back against Rangers, stick to their principles. Just when you're that far adrift at the bottom of the league and you're coming up against one of the 2 old firm, it's just a joke. I know we're not in the best of form at the moment, but still, I think it was tactically very inept from Simo Valakari, the St Johnstone manager, just absolutely inept. But it is what it is. So we won 3-1. Does it mean anything? No. Does it help? No. Yes, it means it's down to 15 points between us and Celtic. Great, wonderful. But at the end of the day, the league's done. The league's gone. I mean, we're in what? We're in January. The league is gone. The league is done and dusted. It's over. And that performance in the first half was decent performance, but it was only St Johnstone. It wasn't a good team we were playing. It was St Johnstone. I mean, let's get things into perspective. Does it change how we feel about the manager? Probably for some of the happy clappers and the mediocre acceptors out there, yes, it does. It's probably all is forgiven now. Philippe Clermont is probably the greatest manager ever again, and he should be given more time, which I think is a joke. The guy doesn't deserve any more time. He really genuinely doesn't deserve any more time. The second half was poor. Players sat back too much, gave St Johnstone too much more time. They obviously got their goal, and fair play to them, 3-1. But it was just another one of those games where half an hour decent football, and then 60 minutes of turgid, boring football, which we've kind of come to expect from Rangers of late. Like I said, I don't think today's result win changes anything. I think that, we'll probably beat Aberdeen Wednesday because they're in such bad form. We'll beat Fraserburgh in the Cup. But does it change anything? No. Even if we win the next 3 games, he still has to go. I know no manager's ever been sacked after winning 3 straight games, though, because the next time we come up an away game, we're going to struggle. Next time we come up against a decent team, we're going to struggle. So, look, it is what it is. But for me today, the team selection, he got right. It's a fair play. I mean, the back 4 picked itself because of the fact that we've got so many injuries still. Apparently we are looking to address that. According to the post-match press conference, there was talk of bodies being brought in, targets been identified. It was just getting them over the line. So quite clearly there is either money, loans, or something happening there. We'll certainly look into that for tomorrow morning's video. But it is what it is, guys. It is just... I don't feel any better. I don't feel any worse. I've never ever really felt like this after a win. Where I just genuinely don't care. We beat St Johnstone 3-1. Wow. You meant to feel good after a win, but today it's just like it's 3-1. It's St Johnstone. It doesn't mean anything. We're still 15 points behind them. They're not going to lose 6 times and hand us the league title. So the league's done. It really is done, and it's a dead rubber. Every game is pretty much a dead rubber between now and the end of the season. Obviously the talking point was the walkout on 55 minutes. Not as well supported as it should have been. I do think that if you booed the Union Bears or booed people leaving the ground on 55 minutes, you need to take a long, hard look at yourselves. They're entitled to do that. They're entitled to walk out. At least they're actually protesting. At least they're actually doing something about this board and this manager who are letting this club down. If you're just sat there basically, clapping along with the feast and clapping along to the ineptitude, then that's fine. I mean, that's your entitlement. Of course it is. But I do think that booing the people walking out and booing the Union Bears was a damn disgrace. I think it was absolutely dreadful. Now, I know that won't be popular with some people. I get that. But, it shouldn't have been done. It is. Unfortunately, I think, our fans are the greatest fans in the world. They are the best fans in the world, no matter what everyone says about them. And I think, a lot of how people are feeling and reacting at the moment is because they're so angry and fed up with what is going on at the club. And I get that. I understand that, But look, unless we actually do something, unless we actually show this board that we are not happy, and the only way to hit them is by walking out of games, about not buying tickets, not buying merchandise, not buying subscriptions, things like this, hit them in the pocket. At the end of the day, Douglas Park, Graham Park, the only thing they care about is money. They don't care about Rangers. They couldn't give a fuck about Rangers. All they care about is how much money they can make out of the club. That's what they care about. And people like them need gone from this club as soon as possible. Realistically, I honestly believe that, until they're gone, until this board is changed, I don't think a lot changes. Yes, I think if we know Clement does go and we bring in a new manager, he's going to have his hands tied behind his back. I think it's going to be then down to how good a coach he is. And I think the issue at the moment is that Clement is just not a very good coach. Whereas I think someone like Kevin Muscat, Derek McInnes, Sean Dyche, Kurt Dill Knutson, Rob Edwards, who went from Luton, people like that are decent coaches. They're better coaches than Philippe Clement. I think they would do a better job than Philippe Clement. But today's result doesn't prove anything for me. It doesn't improve anything. It's a hollow victory. It's meaningless. It really is in the great scheme of what is going on at the moment. It's meaningless. It's just more example of papering over some very big cracks. It's taking a sticking plaster to cure a broken leg. It really is. The club is broken. It is massively broken, and Clement is not the man to heal that. And I don't care whether it's tomorrow or whether it's next week or any point, he's got to go. And it probably will be the end of the season, unfortunately. And we'll probably limp through to the end of the season now with him as manager, and we'll finish 15, 20, 25 points behind Celtic, which is dreadful. And he's got to carry the blame. He's got to carry the blame. I thought as well today he missed a massive opportunity. No Bailey Rice on the bench, no Zach Lovelace on the bench. We're 3-0 up or 3-1 up. It's comfortable realistically. And who does he bring on? He brings on Cyril Dessers, who is a disgrace. The man is an absolute shite bag, doesn't deserve to be at the club. If you were one of the people that clapped Cyril Dessers onto the pitch, embarrassing. Kieran Dowell comes on as well. I mean, how is Kieran Dowell getting on before Bailey Rice is even in the squad? I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, again, if you're one of the people that clapped Kieran Dowell onto the pitch, embarrassing. At the end of the day, that's one another big massive thing for me is why is he not putting the kids on the bench? Lovelace over Dessers every day of the week. Rice over Dowell, or even, Nuncio over Dowell, or anyone, any of the youth players, Finley Curtis over Dowell. I mean, Kieran Dowell is just a joke. The guy is an absolute joke. I don't know what he is. He's not a footballer. He's a what's that word? An imposter. But he's certainly not a footballer. So again, I don't understand those changes. I don't understand why you've not got young players on the bench against the likes of St Johnstone. These are the perfect games where you realistically should be 2-3 up and have the opportunity to put those kids on. Again, he wastes it because he doesn't put them on the bench, and we end up with Cyril the Donkey Dessers and Kieran Dowell, both of whom need chasing out of this club as soon as possible. The club apparently are willing to sell Dessers. That's what I'm hearing. I mean, let's hope that he does go. Let's hope Cagliari can be conned into buying him by a donkey. But that's where we're at. Like I said, we're down to 15 points. We're 15 behind. People say, "Oh, you've been so negative about this." We won. Enjoy the win. We beat St Johnstone 3-1. They gave us pretty much all of the goals, and we're still 15 points behind Celtic. What's to enjoy? We're 15 points behind Celtic. The league's done. What's to enjoy? And that's accepting mediocre. That is not accepting the best. That is accepting that we are second best. And it needs to change. And there's a lot, I would say a minority of fans within the fan base still who are what I would call happy clappers, mediocre acceptors, who are helping to hold the club back. And until they realise that they are part of the problem will remain. There's a lot wrong at this club. There is a lot wrong at this club still. And today means nothing, realistically. It's 3 points. Yes, well done, guys. You won a game against the shittest team in the league. Congratulations. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please hit the sub, like, and comment and share. And remember always, we are the people.